In a world full of electric cars, one question keeps coming up. Is there anything out there that can actually challenge Tesla? That's where Lucid Air Touring comes in, or at least I hope it does. 406 miles of range, 620 horsepower, a cabin that makes a Mercedes S-Class feel ordinary, and a starting price of $78,900, which in the luxury EV world is actually reasonable. On paper, this car shouldn't exist. A startup going up against Tesla, BMW, and Mercedes. That's unheard of. So why isn't everyone talking about it? That's exactly what we're going to find out today. We're breaking down the 2025 Lucid Air Touring, the performance, the technology, the interior, and whether it's actually worth your money. Before we begin, I would request you to subscribe if you want more car videos like this. Now, let's get into it. The man behind the car is Peter Rawlinson, a British engineer who spent years at Jaguar and Lotus before joining Tesla in 2009, where he became the chief engineer of the Model S, the car that put Tesla on the map. He was one of the key people who built it. After leaving Tesla, he eventually took the reins at a small startup called Addict, a company originally focused on building EV batteries and powertrains for other manufacturers. Rawlinson saw something bigger. He pushed to build a full car. The company rebranded as Lucid Motors in 2016, and the Air sedan was announced shortly after. The goal was simple and ambitious at the same time. Build a better electric car than Tesla, from the guy who helped build Tesla's best one. Now, the Lucid Air comes in 4 trims. The Pure starts at around $69,900. Rear-wheel drive, single motor, 420 miles of range. Then comes the Touring, which is what we're looking at today, at $78,900. Dual motor, all-wheel drive, 406 miles of range. Above that sits Grand Touring at $110,900, pushing 819 horsepower and 512 miles. And at the very top, the Sapphire, $250,000, 3 motors, 1,234 horsepower. That one is a different conversation entirely. The Touring is the middle ground, not the cheapest, not the most powerful, not the longest range in the lineup, but the one that makes most sense on paper for most buyers. AWD performance, serious range, and a price that, at least relative to the competition, doesn't feel completely insane. Whether that holds up in reality is what we're going to find out. Let's talk numbers, because this is where Lucid makes its case. The Air Touring runs 2 permanent magnet electric motors, one on each axle, producing 620 horsepower and 1200 Newton meters of torque. It does 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. In a car that seats 5 adults comfortably, that is genuinely fast. For comparison, the Tesla Model S base AWD does the same run in 3.1 seconds with 670 horsepower and starts at $84,990. So the Model S is quicker off the line, but it also costs $6,000 more than the Touring before you add a single option. The Touring is EPA rated at 406 miles on 19-inch wheels. 406 miles puts it right in Tesla Model S territory, which does 410 miles. On paper, nearly identical. Against the BMW i7 xDrive 60, it's a different case entirely. That starts at $124,200, does 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and gives you a range of only 317 miles. The Touring is faster, goes further, and costs $45,000 less. It's not even close. It's worth understanding why Lucid gets the range it does, because it's not just a big battery. Most electric cars run on a 400-volt electric architecture. Some of the better ones, like the Porsche and Hyundai Ioniq 6, run on 800 volts. The Lucid Air Touring, however, runs on a 900-volt architecture. The higher the voltage, the more efficiently you can move electricity through the system. Less heat generated, less energy wasted, and the ability to charge at a much higher speed without stressing the battery. Lucid also designed its own motors in-house, and they are unusually compact and unusually efficient for their output. The Touring gets roughly 4.4 miles per kilowatt hour, which is amazing for dual-motor AWD car of this size and weight. As for real-world data and not EPA rating. At steady 70 miles per hour highway speed in mild weather, touring owners with 20-inch wheels consistently report 340 to 370 miles. Obviously, bigger wheel size will reduce that number. Most electric luxury sedans either look aggressively futuristic or boringly conservative. The Air sits somewhere between long, low, and clean, with a drag coefficient of 0.20 that puts it among the most aerodynamic production sedans in the world. Inside, the materials are genuinely premium, real wood trim, Napa leather, or Lucid's Perlux alternative. The cabin is spacious with a nearly 3-meter wheelbase that gives rear passengers actual legroom rather than usual cramped afterthought. One complaint that comes up consistently: the front seats lack lateral support. For a car that accelerates this hard and corners this well, that's a strange oversight. Across the dashboard sits a 34-inch curved glass display split into 3 sections: instrument cluster in the left, main infotainment in the center, auxiliary controls on the right. Below it, a 12.5-inch retractable pilot panel rises from the center console for secondary controls. Nearly everything in this car lives in those screens: mirror positions, steering wheel adjustments, seat bolsters, all of it. Physical buttons are almost completely absent. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, though multiple reviewers flag occasional lag and drop connections. Not constant, but not rare either. Every Touring comes standard with Dream Drive, adaptive cruise control, emergency braking, lane departure protection, blind spot cameras, and auto parking. Hands-free highway drive requires the Dream Drive Pro upgrade at $6,750 extra, and even then the system has documented reliability issues with lane keeping in heavy traffic. At the bottom is the Pure, starting at $69,900. Single motor, rear wheel drive, 430 horsepower, 420 miles of range. It's actually the most efficient car in the lineup on paper. Then comes the Touring at $78,900. That's a $9,000 jump for a second motor. All-wheel drive, 190 more horsepower, and 3.4 seconds 0 to 60. You do lose 14 miles of range compared to the Pure, because 2 motors pulling a heavier car are never going to be as efficient as one. What you're paying is for the AWD traction and significantly more power. Above the Touring is the Grand Touring at $112,400. a $33,500 jump. And then there's the Sapphire at $250,500. 3 motors, 1,234 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds by the way. Now back to the Touring. The $78,900 base price is a starting point that most buyers will move away from very quickly. The 34-inch glass cockpit display, the 12.5-inch pilot panel, wireless Apple CarPlay, adaptive cruise, blind spot cameras, auto parking, tri-zone climate control come standard with the price. What's not standard and costs extra are the comfort and convenience package, which bundles soft closed doors, power frunk, heated rear seats, heated steering wheel, 4-zone climate control, and rear window sunshades. The 21-speaker Surreal Sound Pro audio system is $2,900 extra. Real leather interiors costs more. The glass canopy roof is $4,000. Larger wheels are optional and cost you range. A reasonably optioned Touring lands somewhere between $89,000 and $95,000. For most buyers, a fully loaded one with every option can reach $102,000. Now to answer the burning question, is the Lucid Air Touring worth it? Here's what we know from everything we have discussed. The performance is strong but not class-leading. The Model S is quicker, goes slightly faster. Against the BMW, it wins clearly. The range on paper is impressive, 406 miles EPA, but real-world highway driving brings that closer to 340 to 370 miles in good conditions and significantly lower in cold weather. The interior is genuinely one of the best in the segment, spacious, well-built, and premium in a way that every car at this price can never match. The technology is ambitious but unfinished. The screens are impressive. Dream Drive Premium is solid, but the software layer has documented reliability problem that a $90,000 car shouldn't even have. And the real price isn't $78,900. It's somewhere between $89,000 and $102,000 once you add what most buyers actually want. Software glitches and screen freezes are the most common complaints. Not catastrophic mechanical failures, but annoying and persistent enough to show up consistently across owners and independent reviews. The service network has 64 locations globally. That's fine if you live near one, and a genuine problem if you don't. If you live near a Lucid service center, want the best looking interior in the luxury EV segment, and can accept that the software isn't as polished as the hardware, the Touring makes a legitimate case for itself. It does things no German brand at this price can do, and the driving experience is genuinely exceptional. If you want the safest, most proven option in this segment, the Model S is still faster, holds its value, and has a vastly superior charging network and a software stack that has had years longer to mature. It costs $6,000 more, but the total ownership experience is more predictable. The Lucid Air Touring is not the best luxury EV you can buy, but it might be the most interesting one. Whether that's enough depends entirely on what you're willing to trade. That's everything we have on the 2025 Lucid Air Touring. If you made it this far, you know more about this car than most people who are actually considering buying one. If you found this video useful, a like goes a long way. It helps more people find this video. And if you want more breakdowns like this one, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. YouTube thinks you might like the video popping up on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll like it as well. See you in the next one.